So now that we're in 2024, it's a little tricky on which tablets are still worth it, especially considering older flagships like the Galaxy Tab S7 is still better than most of the new entry-level and mid-range tablets like the Galaxy Tab A9 Plus and S9 FE. But if it was me deciding, would I still get this in 2024? Well, let's talk about it. As far as the price goes, when this tablet was first launched, it was around $650, but obviously now you can get it for not much more than the A9 Plus. If you get the Amazon Renewed version, starting at 128 gigabytes, and it goes up to 512, you also get 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, depending on which storage options you go with. Build quality is going to be similar to the newer Tab S8 and S9 series. I know some people were disappointed to see Samsung switch from Super AMOLED on the Tab S6 to an LCD display for the Tab S7, but the screen quality is still pretty good in my opinion. It's got an 11-inch display with 120 Hz refresh rate at 1600 by 2560 resolution. It's pretty comparable to the newer Tab S8 and S9 FE. It's plenty bright enough for indoor use. I know some might prefer the dynamic AMOLED display on the newer Tab S9, but of course that's going to cost quite a bit more. You can also watch YouTube videos up to 4K resolution. It's wide vinyl 1, which is going to be good for apps like Netflix. Sure, the contrast and the blacks might not be quite as good as the larger S7 Plus or the newer Tab S9, but overall quality still looks pretty good even in 2024. Battery life on here is actually pretty good as well. It's slightly better than the Tab S8 and S9 FE, lasting 7.5 hours during my typical battery drain test. So it should easily last you a day or two with the mixed usage, even longer if you turn the screen brightness down. Plus it also works with 45-watt fast charging, which is always nice to have on a tablet. Performance-wise, you get the Snapdragon 865 processor with 6 or 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is still pretty good even in 2024. Is it gonna beat the Tab S8 performance? No, but it's still better than the Tab S9 FE, and it's more powerful than most other newer tablets that have come out recently, especially at this price range. I feel like gaming on here is still pretty good as well. It feels like it has plenty of power for most games. It could be a good option, especially if you're using the touchscreen a lot, where it's just a little easier to reach things versus the larger Plus versions. It probably just depends which games you're playing, but then of course you can also use a controller on here as well. The software on here is going to be pretty similar to the newer Tab S8 and Tab S9 series. It's currently on Android 13 One UI 5.1.1 as of this video. It's got the taskbar down at the bottom, and then of course the Edge panel over on the side. It's a little different because you don't get Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen, and there's going to be some of the newer apps that you can't get on the S7 that's available on the Tab S8. It also has Samsung DeX with video out, so you could connect this to an external monitor or TV. That's something you don't get with the A9 Plus or S9 FE tablets. You can also use the same keyboard on this as on the Tab S8, and of course you can connect an external drive or USB docks and other accessories. It also has the fingerprint scanner right on the power button, just like the S8 and S9 FE. Sort of a shame, but one downside is I'm not sure if this is going to get Android 14 or not. Since I believe this was supported for 3 years, it may still get some security updates, and of course the apps will be updated through the Google Play Store, but to me this tablet could still handle newer versions of Android, probably better than most entry-level and mid-range tablets that have came out recently, but unfortunately that's how it goes. Hopefully now that the Galaxy S24 series and Pixel phones are getting 7 years of updates, maybe they'll start to give tablets a little longer software support as well. Nice thing is you've got a quad speaker setup on here. It's probably some of the better sounding speakers you can get on a tablet, especially if you turn on Dolby Atmos. Here's a quick sample just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Now, normally cameras aren't going to be the best on tablets, but I feel like they're actually pretty good on this one. Even in 2024, you've got a 13 megapixel rear facing, 8 megapixel on the front, and you can shoot up to 4K 30 frames per second for video recording. Here's a few samples just to give you an idea of what to expect. So as you can see, there's a lot of good stuff about the Tab S7, even in 2024. There's probably only one reason that I could think of that this tablet might not be worth it, and that's mainly due to software updates. If you go with the Tab S8, it would probably be the better option right now. But like I said, everything about this tablet is still pretty good in 2024. It's just kind of sad that it won't be supported for much longer by the looks of it, because it has better performance and storage versus more affordable tablets that have came out within the last year. I know I've got a lot more tablet and phone videos I'm working on, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.